It doesn't mean that that person has to be at the exact same level as you in this, ascension process. Um, excuse me. It can be difficult to be in a relationship when they haven't done their work to heal. I know working on relationship with self is so important to do first, and the healing can continue in the relationship. What's the best way to navigate a balance, because everyone is at a different level in their spiritual growth? Yes, absolutely. All great points. It feels really like you're on it already. Like you've already got like the whole foundational base. For people who haven't, the whole message here is that you want to be working on yourself. You're not here to heal anybody else. Sometimes, especially as women, mothers, not always, but different archetypes, empaths, we want to help others, and that we can help others and we should help others, but we always have to put our oxygen mask on first. So we always want to get to, what is the lesson for me? What is that person reflecting for me? It's not about being a narcissist. No, it's about understanding the lesson that you've called that person in to help you learn. And so when you're dating someone new, if they're not in that awareness at all, like they have really no clue about like personal growth and development, I would say for sure they're not the person that you need to step into a relationship with, because you do want someone who is also on their own trajectory of doing their work. Now, with that said, I also want to say that judging someone for where they are in their work is also not helpful. It doesn't mean that that person has to be at the exact same level as you in this, ascension process. It means that they have to have desire and that they have to have an interest in having awareness. If they're 100% asleep and just not interested in waking up or not interested in growing, then they're really not for you. That is for sure. If there's someone who is wanting to do the work, but you feel like I'm always kind of holding myself back, then I think you really have to have a real heart to heart with yourself. Like, how much am I putting out that is deprioritizing my own growth, right? Where you're focusing more on them than you are on yourself, and that's a really important distinction to make. So I would feel into that and feel like, how willing are they and what are the lessons, and talk about it. Ask them specifically. Like, don't just make this a head game or a discussion with all your friends. This is like let me really talk to the person I'm with. Like, where are you at with this spirituality stuff? How are you feeling about talking about deeper subjects in this relationship, and talking about your past, and talking about your relationships with your family and your work, and if they're not interested in that, then you've really got your answer. So I think I've covered that one. Let me just double check that I think, just to reiterate, really balancing is about prioritizing, right? It's about prioritizing you and your growth, and them and theirs and their desire. Does their desire match yours? So they may not be at the same level, but if their desire matches where they're really wanting to move through, then I think you've really got something to work with, because you can grow from them and they can grow from you. And remember, they are where you were at one time. And so there's like a real fun, loving space and place we can be with that. That's what happens a lot of times with children, right? Is we're overlaying, what we've learned about things. And a lot of times that's from the mind. And the child also has things that they're teaching us from spirit and reminding us to go back to, which oftentimes is simple things like fun and play. All right, let's go on to the next question.